Hey free woman. So today's video is all about my hair, and while I'm talking about my hair, I will feature some awkward footage of me playing with my hair so you have something to look at, and I will also be trimming it and giving myself some long layers. And this is the first time I've ever cut my own hair. And yes, I used craft scissors to do so, as that's all I had at the time. And I was definitely nervous, but thought, heck, I don't want to pay someone else anymore to do something that I can do easily myself. And honestly, it wasn't hard. I just remembered how my hairdresser used to do it and I just copied. And I'm sure a number of you will find this very cringy, but hey, I'm stoked to be saving around $40 doing it myself at home, and I actually like the way it turned out more, so it's just win-win. I'm also going to share my top 6 tips for those of you with similar fine hair, because I have genetically fine hair, and no, it's not because of my vegan lifestyle. It's just something that I've been born with, and my mum also has fine hair. So, but I like it now. I used to hate my fine straggly hair because it was, fine and straggly, but I actually really like it now, especially because it's healthier at this point, and it doesn't weigh me down. It doesn't create a lot of heat around my shoulders and my back, which is very important in the tropics. It's light, but I can also get that full body effect, if you like. And if you like these sort of sit down with me videos where I talk about DIY, money saving tips, off grid, beauty duty, that sort of thing, then definitely vote on the video. You can thumb it down. That is okay. Just vote on the video if you want to see more of them. And by the way, I'm not going to try to sell you any fancy rubbish hair products in this video. I'm just showing you what actually works, from one fine haired sister to another. So firstly, let's talk a little bit about the way I'm cutting my hair. So I use a pen. Yes, I use a pen to separate the back of my hair from the section that I want to cut. And it's kind of just like this triangle section at the front. And I put up the rest of my hair so I don't accidentally cut it. And I did actually cut the ends, but that's not as important because I want you to focus on this angle cut, these long layers, which, just help create more volume, more movement, to fine hair. And it kind of just frames the face and it makes the hair kind of just bounce up, has less weight to it. And look, see, you can see that was quite choppy. My technique, I know it's probably terrible, but honestly, it ended up working out well. And it gave my, around my face, it gave me more body, more bounce, frame the face. And I just continued to do that. I just kept taking out my hair, seeing what it looked like, giving it a fluff up, then going back and going on that angle and just cutting like very small like cuts as I move down, almost like dragging the scissors across the hair, cutting it that way, just little bits, and it just really, it worked well. So I just continued to cut and cut until I got to the desired length of the fringe, kind of like side bang, long layers. I'm not exactly sure of the terminology, but I kind of like that little bit of a bang coming in on the side and on the face. Just comes in there, it's nice. It frames the face. So you can just give it a shot, hey, with this cutting method. I'm sure there's some of you in the comments who will tell me what sort of cutting method this is. But you can see for fine hair, it definitely does give it that kind of rough cut definitely gives it that body. So now I'm going to go through my top 6 tips for those of you who want to save money, who want to do it yourself, and who also have fine hair and wanting to get more volume and body in your hair. Okay, so these tips are not in any particular order of importance. Number 1 is stop dyeing your hair. I haven't dyed my hair for around 3 years or so, and it's great that I'm no longer assaulting my roots with this poison. And I know it's going to be very hard for a lot of you because as females, we have been conditioned in this society of fakery to fake our hair color as well. And yeah, it's fun to have different colors and stuff like that. But look, it really does damage your hair. And this is definitely a big part of why my hair is healthier these days, because it's my natural hair. There's no more chemicals on it, and that's very freeing. And to be honest, I find it sad when I look around society at my fellow sisters, when I go out and I don't see any natural hair color. It's so incredibly rare. And I find that incredibly sad. You know, I have been dyeing my hair, except for obviously the past 3 years or so, for since I was 17, no, maybe 16, maybe younger. Actually, I think around 15. So from 15 to about 37, yeah, that whole time I've been dyeing my hair. You know, it became less and less, especially since going vegan. You know, I just do foils and stuff, but I was still dyeing the hair and it was still affecting the quality of my hair. And let's just talk about the cost here. Sure, it depends on whether you do it at home or whether you go to a hairdresser, but I was going to a hairdresser for these foils and it was costing me over $150, sometimes a month. Sometimes I would skip a month here and there, but there are times when I'd do it monthly and that was $150, and I'd often leave the hairdressers with, you know, other products as well. So it's a huge... Damn, that was loud. So it is a huge, huge like outlay of cash that you can now put towards your food, put towards saving for a fruit forest property, you know, all these things that are going to be long term so much more meaningful in your life. I actually wrote a book, My Naked Lunchbox, about beauty duty and about dyeing our hair, having these expectations to, you know, the fakery, to put on the makeup, to dye the hair, to wear heels, to look a certain way, to remove our body hair. I became so passionate about that, I wrote a book about it, and it is changing lives. The reviews have been amazing. So if you're ready to take the plunge and embrace your natural self as much as possible, then definitely check out My Naked Lunchbox. The link is in the description below. So number 2 is something I've been doing for a while, and that is tying my hair in a bun and twisting the ends well so they're super curly, and then I just release it in the morning for this natural no heat curl, and it also helps avoid split ends. So this is a great way to get volume. And this is obviously saving you money when it comes to these heat irons and curling wands and all those things that I've spent loads on in the past. Now you can just do it yourself. Just tie up your hair overnight and then release it in the morning. It's really very simple but highly effective on my hair at least. Those heating tools definitely dry out and damage the hair as well. And the next tip is to spray seawater, or salt water will probably work as well, on the roots. You know, get right in there at the roots, not the ends, just the roots. Get right in there and, you know, like kind of scruff it around in there and then wait for it to dry, and it gives so much more volume, honestly. Like, and you don't have to put any chemical volumizer products. It's free. Or, you know, you have to pay for a little bit of salt or something, or you can go down to the ocean and collect it like I do. And it's very, very effective. That's something that I found super effective for volume in my hair. Number 4 is to use the bicarb soda lime combination. And I've spoken about this a lot. It is very, very cheap. You know, I no longer use these conventional shampoos and conditioners. They are just such a rip-off, so expensive. They're bad for your hair. And I find this bicarb soda lime pH balancing mix is actually really good. I haven't had any problems. Some people are like, oh no, you know, it can break your hair. And honestly, my hair has been silkier than ever since using this combination. And I am aware of the pH balance, and that's why I'm putting some lime in there as well. And the water, these all affect the pH balance. So yeah, this bicarb soda mix is great, and I have other videos where I show myself using it. And the next tip was number 5, to cut the long layers around the face like I'm doing in this video. And as you can see, it's getting shorter and shorter, and you just do it to the desired length. You know, don't do it too short because it's going to spring up, okay? So just, you know, just go gradually. And I know some of you are going to save a lot of money by not going to the hairdressers and getting a haircut. We know how expensive it is these days. I mean, when I was young, it cost about $10 to get a haircut, but now it's just got all fancy and shit. You know, it's just like really, really overpriced to the point of, you know, $80 sometimes for the cut that I'm doing here, and maybe a little bit more around, you know, the back and the ends. You know, and that's just like, come on, who has that sort of money to just throw away for a haircut? You know, it's going to grow out again. So learn to cut it yourself and you're going to save a lot of dosh. And the last tip would be the low fat, low oil lifestyle. And I've been doing this long term and a high fruit lifestyle. This really makes a difference to your hair because what you eat is also excreting out of your skin. You know, your body is also pushing out the remnants of what you eat. Okay, basically the rejects. And I find if I have too much fat or oil, it definitely weighs my hair down. And some of you might not have that effect, but I have fine hair and it just gets so greasy and so flat if I'm having, you know, excess amount of fat in my diet. So definitely low fat, low oil lifestyle for the win. High fruit, you know, 13 years later and, you know, nearly 40 and my hair is better than ever. So the proof is really in the banana pudding now, isn't it? Okay, so that's my video for today. So we have those 6 tips, and number 1 is don't dye the hair. Number 2 is tie your hair in a bun overnight, let it out in the morning. You've got that no heat curl happening. Number 3, spray in the seawater, the salt water into the roots to give more body. Number 4, try the bicarb soda lime shampoo and conditioner combo. It is a combo which saves you even more money. Number 5, cut those long layers around the face, frame the face and increase that movement and volume to your fine hair. And number 6 is follow a low fat, low oil, high carbohydrate, high fruit lifestyle. This does work long term especially. And just notice how your fat intake affects your hair and the quality of your hair and, you know, the weight of your hair, especially if you have fine hair. And I've definitely had experience with this over the past, say, 30 years. Alright, that is my video for today. Definitely check out my other channel, The Frugivore, where I'm uploading regular videos and I've got a number of great videos to come on this channel. So definitely stay tuned about, you know, an update about my body, hair, makeup. You know, it's been a couple of years, been 2.5 years. Want to give you an update and also a little bit of a no makeup routine, which is a little bit different from my last one, which I think you're going to love. And I'm not going to say too much, but I will see you soon. And don't forget to go free yourself.